evening. Today is June 16th, and this is The View with Catherine Chang. Today's topic is an influencer, a former president, and China. At the end of July, Taiwan will hold recall votes for 31 lawmakers from the opposition party KMT. And at the same time, China has launched a new wave of its United Front campaign toward Taiwan. And China has arranged a controversial influencer, a former Taiwanese president, to visit China. Since when has Communist China's United Front strategy come down to this? I mean, recruiting a YouTuber whose gym business is about to shut down, and a former president with only 9.2% approval rating. It is utterly absurd. Here are some points. A, the influencer Mr. Chen runs a chain of fitness centers in Taiwan. He used to be fiercely anti-communist and strongly criticized the Chinese Communist Party's attempts to invade Taiwan. However, he has now shifted toward the Taiwan People's Party, TPP, and has become more China-friendly. B, the influencer visited Shanghai for the first time in June and referred to himself as a peace ambassador to China. I think the so-called peace trip was nothing but a failed propaganda for China. For example, when the influencer arrived at the Shanghai airport, he exclaimed, "The toilets in Shanghai have doors." We can see over here, that is what he said. This is the toilet in Shanghai. He even asked his cameraman to shoot the robot food delivery and saying that he had never seen anything like this in Taiwan. But the fact is that Taiwan has had such a food robot delivery systems for many years. We can see that this is a robot food delivery system at a restaurant in Taipei. C, both Taiwanese and Chinese netizens accused him of acting like a clown. D, even worse, when a Chinese person asked him, "What country are you from?" the influencer was stunned and couldn't answer. He didn't even dare to answer that he's a citizen of the Republic of China, Taiwan. E, as for former Taiwan President Ma Ying-jeou, he has long been considered pro-Beijing and has lost his influence among the Taiwanese people. The 2025 Strait Forum in China was held yesterday, June 15th. There was zero participation from KMT lawmakers because they were afraid of provoking public anger and getting recalled. We know that the opposition party KMT and the TPP legislators recently joined forces to cut Taiwan's national defense budget, and this has sparked public outrage and led civil groups to launch a large-scale recall campaign. Will 31 KMT legislators be recalled on July 26? We will wait and see. Here are the top stories. And first, I want to talk about U.S. Congressional Taiwan Caucus co-chair Amy Bera leads a Democratic delegation to Taiwan. On June 16th, the U.S. Congressional Taiwan Caucus co-chair Amy Bera led Democratic delegation to Taiwan. President Lai Ching-te expresses his hope for the successful resolution of the Taiwan-U.S. double taxation issue, aiming the legislations can be successfully completed this year. President Lai Ching-te said, "I express my gratitude to the U.S. representatives for actively advocating for Taiwan in Congress, proposing numerous pro-Taiwan initiatives to strengthen Taiwan-U.S. relations." Congressional Taiwan Caucus co-chair Amy Bera said that this visit to Taiwan holds significant importance not only for Taiwan-U.S. relations, but also for the global community. On the other hand, Israel and Iran border attacks as conflict entered 4th days. One senior U.S. official told CNN the Israelis had an opportunity to kill Iran's supreme leader, Ali Khamenei, and the U.S. communicated to Israel that Trump opposed that plan. Later, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu also claimed that the Israel Defense Forces doesn't have an intention to eliminate Iran's supreme leader. In the morning of June 15th, the Taiwanese Representative Office in Israel assists 14 Taiwanese nationals to leave Israel. However, 9 of Taiwanese nationals still remain in Iran. Moreover, the presidential office has scheduled a national security briefing on the 18th. We can see over here, on June 13th, President Lai has officially invited opposition leaders to a national security briefing next week. The national briefing will focus on an overview of current international and national security developments, as well as updates on the progress of Taiwan-U.S. tariff negotiations. In addition, former President Ma Ying-jeou and chairman of the Chinese People's Political Consultative Conference, Wang Huning, reaffirmed the 1992 consensus at the Cross-strait Forum, and former President Ma Ying-jeou emphasized the importance of the 1992 consensus and agreed the CCP's One China principle. The Mainland Affairs Council expresses regret regarding former President Ma's action. According to the latest Mainland Affairs Council statistics, 79.3% of the public reject One China principle in Taiwan. In the end, I want to share with you that FAPA's Taiwanese art exhibition in New York. FAPA, the Formosa Associations for Public Affairs New York Metropolitan Chapter, holds its inaugural art exhibition, Between Shores, Reimaging Formosa, from June 10th to the 22nd at the One Art Space in New York. The opening event drew several hundred attendants. We can see that 18 artists from various parts of the United States and Taiwan will come together to showcase their diverse creations, ranging from the painting, photography, and textiles, including artists Guo Mingzhe and this is Wei Wang Jingwei. Well, actually, this exhibition aims to guide the audience in experiencing the interplay between the art and daily life, while highlighting the rich and multifaceted culture identity of Taiwan. That will be the view for today, and I'm Catherine Chang from Taipei. Today is Monday. I hope you all have a nice Monday, and I'll see you again.